Hey guys, I'm Monica Lee with Robert and Janice McNair Educational Foundation. We want to say welcome to the class of 2024. We are so excited to have you in high school now, although we are very sad that we are not seeing you in person for our freshman big deal this year. But we have some amazing videos out for you to see the content that we usually provide in person, and we hope that you'll take advantage of all those things. This session is for our parents so that you can hear more about what the McNair Foundation has to offer, but it's for our students as well. The McNair Foundation started working with your students in middle school in 7th grade, along with our mentors and some other programs that we had for students in middle school. And we will continue working with your students in high school. I know you guys are really concerned about your kids starting high school and the changes that are going to come with that, and probably a little nervous about all those things. But I want you to start thinking about the number 720. And what does 720 represent? And it's a lot of things that you can probably think about, but what it represents is the number of days your student has before they graduate. So the number of high school days that your kids have before they graduate. So that's not a lot when you think about it. Your high school career is going to go by really quickly. And so we want to make sure your students are prepared for whatever they're going to do after high school. So we have a lot of programs that we offer for students in high school to help them prepare for life after high school. And most of our programs are geared towards helping students explore careers, think about things they may want to do, and mostly talk about post-secondary education. We talk about college a lot, but when we're talking about college, we're not just talking about a four-year school for students. We're talking about any type of education after high school. So we want to make sure that you and your child hears that when we're talking about college, that it's not just those four-year schools or even just the two-year schools. College for us could be a certification program that takes 3 to 4 months. It could be a diploma program. It could be a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree or beyond. So whatever it is that your student wants to do after high school, that's the thing that we're going to help them with throughout our programs and throughout high school. 70% of the jobs of the future are going to require some type of education beyond high school. So it's important that kids are prepared and ready to have choices when they graduate. And what we try to do is make sure our students take the most rigorous classes for them, take a variety of classes, make the best grades, and do all those things that will prepare them so that they have choices when they graduate. We don't want any student to get to their senior year and not have a choice, not be able to make that decision for themselves and have it already be made for them because they didn't make the right grades or do the right things so that they have those options. So that is what our goal is for your students, and that is what our goal is for all of our programs that we offer for your students. One of the things that we continue, and it's one of our most important programs, is our mentors. Your student had a mentor beginning in 7th grade, and those mentors will continue to work with them throughout high school. They will continue to meet with them and talk to them about their grades, their attendance, their behaviors, the classes they're taking, all those things that contribute to success in high school. Obviously, it's going to look a little bit different this year. With all the things going on, we're not going to be doing mentoring in person, and that really is sad for us and sad for our mentors and sad for your students. But we are going to continue having communication with mentors and mentees. One thing we're going to use this year is the Remind program. It's a texting program that's created just for the education setting. It's safe for our students, it's safe for our mentors, it can be monitored, and it protects their personal phone numbers. And so we know that it's going to be a good product to use. You may have used it already with your teachers in middle school, and you'll use it with some of your teachers in high school. But we will need all of our students to sign up for the Remind so they can be logged into their mentors account for that. It will come through on their phones so that they can text back and forth with their mentors. And we will be sending that information to you for them to know how to log in or sign up for this Remind account. And we'll send that in letters that will come to your home, and it will give you the numbers that you need to use to sign in. We will also put information on emails and send emails out to your individual students. So we encourage students to check their emails, check those letters, and sign up for that Remind account before the end of September so that they can begin communicating with their mentors in October. And mentors will be reaching out to them every month and checking in on them and making sure they're doing okay, that they've got everything they need to be successful, and that they're still taking those steps that they need to take, because even though we're not in person, we want to make sure kids are still doing the things they need to do to be successful. The freshman year is one of the most important years for students. It's important to get a really good start. We want to make sure that kids are getting the help they need to make good grades, that kids are in school even though we're not really in school, that they're checking into their classes every day, they're doing the work that's been assigned to them so that they're learning, and all of their grades count. Freshman year counts, and so we want to make sure our students understand that. We did talk to them last year about that, and the fact that all of their grades are going to go into their GPA, and that begins their first semester of the year. So whatever grades they have at the end of this semester are going to affect them long term when they become seniors. And we have a lot of freshmen or a lot of seniors who look back on their freshman year and go, gosh, I wish I had done better because that's hurting me now. So we want to make sure all of our freshmen get off to a good start. That's what our mentors are going to be focusing on. That's what a lot of our programs are focused on. We are here to help our students. We have lots of programs and lots of people in the schools that can help students do the things they need to do. So we just encourage you to make sure your students are doing the things they need to do at home until we all get back together in the classroom. One of the things I usually talk about in this session is the RAPE Award for students. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but there have been some changes due to this pandemic and us not being in school and not being able to do some of the things we usually do. The RAPE Award is our scholarship that's for our students. It's an unlimited number of students who can earn the RAPE Award. It's open to any student, because all they have to do is compete with themselves. They have to challenge themselves academically, so they need to take the right courses, they need to make good grades, they need to be here. It's usually a service learning component. They do need to take the SAT and ACT as they get on through their high school career, and all those things are things that we will be talking to them about. But one of the things I usually talk to parents about at our Freshman Big Deal is the service learning. We usually encourage our freshmen to start on their service learning because they're required to get at least 100 hours by their senior year. Obviously, with all the things that are going on right now, there are very few opportunities to volunteer in our community, and we don't want to encourage our students to be out and in a situation that may be unsafe for them or unsafe for others. So we are not encouraging service learning at this point. Hopefully once this pandemic is over, then we will be able to get back to volunteering in the community and stressing those opportunities for our students. We are adjusting the number of hours that will be required for the RAPE Award. We have not adjusted them for freshmen yet, but we will be doing that once we see how long this lasts and know how many hours we need to adjust, because we do recognize that the opportunity is just not there for our students at this point. So we do still want our students to focus on making the good grades, taking the right courses, and doing those things they need to do, having the good character in the community, and all those things that are important for their success. But we will hold off on the service learning. And we also want to mention to you that we are using a new program to document service learning hours. So if they do already have service learning hours, or when they resume getting service learning hours, they will be using a system called Transio. And Transio is an online system where they can document their service learning. They can get it approved through emails. It's all digital. And so we don't have to keep up with papers anymore. We don't have to worry about them being washed in their pockets or lost or the dog eating them or any of those kinds of things. It will all be digital. We can see what they've done and they don't have to keep up with it over 4 years. So there is some information that will also be included in the letter that we mail to your home that will give you the information on how to log into Transio and how to log your hours, so that if you've already done something, you need to make sure those hours are logged in, and any hours they do in the future need to be logged into Transio, as we will no longer be accepting paper logs for service learning. If you have any questions about that, you can contact our offices at any of the schools and we can help you out with that. But we hope you will go ahead and get started with that when you start providing the service learning, when we all get back to normal and can be out in our communities freely and safely. We also encourage you, along with that letter that comes to you, which will have lots of information about our program, about things that our freshmen need to be doing to be successful this year. It also gives you contact information for our offices at the schools. You can also check our website and get information there. There are bulletin boards in all of our schools for when students come back into the schools. They have information about our scholarships. It has checklists for every grade level that will tell them what they need to be doing at each grade level to be successful. So we encourage students to take advantage of all those things to get information about our programs, and we encourage you to take advantage of those things. And also just remember, our mentors will be working with students every month, making sure they have information about any upcoming opportunities. We are going to try to offer all of our programs in some format throughout this year. So we're not trying to cancel anything. We hope that we have programs, and we will be letting our students know about those opportunities as we move forward through the year. We are very excited to have you back in the school at some point. We can't wait to see our freshmen joining all of our upperclassmen in our schools sometime later this year, we hope. And until then, we hope that you have a great year, and remember to contact us if you need any help. Thank you.